What is up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Start Build Grow Show. This is a very, very popular topic, and there is a movement happening in our space, in the home services space, where we all got to learn and embrace more retail sales, and we got to be able to sell with using financing. So I got an expert with me today, so you are going to want to stay tuned. All right, everybody. I want to welcome in my man, Chris Scoville with Improveify, contracting expert, aspiring entrepreneur. We're all trying to figure out entrepreneurship, but man, you're industry, well-known in the industry, expert on how to actually improve your sales, improve sales, home service sales with using financing. But before we dive into all that, man, welcome to the show. Glad to have you, my friend.
Randy, so good to see you too. We have great conversation in the green room when we do these podcasts and recordings and trainings. I always feel like we should just hit the button, record, talk, then stop and start, right? Like every time that I've ever been on one of these trainings and sessions and podcasts and tubecasts, it's always something interesting that comes up. So it's so good to be with you here, Randy. It was so great to be with you face to face out in Utah as well, down in Lehigh at Job Nimbus.
That was awesome. Well, you could plug in at Job Nimbus. It's an amazing partner of ours, amazing sponsor of the show. So if you haven't, for some reason, heard about Job Nimbus,
absolutely unaware of that, man. But hey, thank you for having us, Job Nimbus. I'm still reeling in my winning of the cornhole tournament.
Oh man, I'm reeling in my loss in the cornhole tournament, but we did come back and beat you guys.
I won't spend the $100 Amazon card. It's hanging on my wall.
Well, I'll keep practicing. You know, I'm going to set up backyard. I'll see you next
year. I'll see you next year.
Yeah, man. So check it out, man. Again, it's always good hanging out with you, my man. And that's why I love doing this show, because we try to keep this thing as organic as we can. It's like, it is like a green room conversation, ideally, right? I mean, I think that's what people care about. Nothing's scripted. We just want to provide as much value as we can. And for some reason, if you have not heard about the show, this is your first time watching, first time listening, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. I'll give you information to connect with myself and Chris at the end of the show. But this is a show about entrepreneurship in the home service, in the construction, in the service business, the blue collar world. I mean, I'm in roofing, you're in roofing. So it just happens to kind of have a lot of roofing stuff as well. But man, there's so much that can be applied to anyone trying to be an entrepreneur and a leader in the home services space. So in traditional fashion, man, we like to start with a story, man. You're an entrepreneur. Give me your background as a kid. Like, how did you first learn that you were an entrepreneur? And like, give me that story.
God, thank you. No one ever says, let's take it back to being a kid. It's like, how long you've been in finance? Well, 31 years. So I'm going to be 55 this year. So I only get to go back to like 1991. That's not fair. Let's go back to like when I had the hunger for it. So let's talk about two things. And by the way, this is unscripted. So this is all real deal. Great question. And let's take it back to two things. Number one, how did I know that I wanted to be an entrepreneur? And then how did I know that I had a passion for it? So how did I know that I wanted it and then passion? So we'll talk know and then passion. Here's how I knew. I had businesses as a little kid growing up in a small farm town in Elba, New York, and not New York City, folks. I'm talking way over on the other side in between Buffalo and Rochester. There's this little farm town, population 409 to this day. Yeah, they still don't have a stop sign or a light. A little farm town known for its mucklands and its farming, real rich black soil. Now, I lived on the bottom of a street called Mechanic Street. Yeah, Mechanic Street. Nice. We had, and I'm thinking Huck Finn right now, I had this wheelbarrow that had bicycle wheels. It was brown and it had three sides and it was an iron thing. So you could imagine me not doing a wheelbarrow, but this bigger wheelbarrow that you could hold with your hands, and you could roll through town on bicycle wheels and really go door to door. So I was like, cool, farm. I can sell everything that we produce off of the trees in the ground and go door to door and sell it. So I'd strike up deals as a little kid. I'm talking like under sixth grade, because I know when I stopped selling this stuff, because I know that we moved to the big city of Batavia, just outside of Elba, population 16,000. Right. So I'd go door to door and sell whatever. Apples. It was apple season, I'm picking apples, I'm putting them in bags, and I'm selling apples door to door. Corn, sweet corn. That was easy to sell. Pumpkins. Around October. So like I'd go door to door in this little town and sell things door to door. Easy peasy. So that's when I knew that I was a salesperson and didn't know it. I loved it. Then I got a little bit older. I was old enough to drive a tractor. I did a lawn mowing route. So I started a lawn mowing business. And then I figured out, oh, geez, I could do lawns. These people like me. Maybe I can paint their barns and their fences and their garages and their homes. So I started painting. So just from a little shit, growing up in a farm town, I'm learning how to sell. I'm learning how to make money. It's my money. And then I go get to buy the things I want as a kid without having to go to my dad and ask him for money. So one of the biggest things I bought as a kid was that YZ Yamaha 80. It wasn't a new one. It was a used one because I couldn't afford it. It was like in 1977. So I learned the value of $1 as a kid going door to door and selling. So I think that's when I learned I liked sales. And obviously that's entrepreneurship. Here's where I knew that I had a passion for it. Big BMX biker, dirt bike, four-wheel, skateboarding, snowboarding kid, trans world thrasher. I mean, I'm taking it back to the 80s.
I can relate. Me too.
Right?
Yep.
So we didn't have the internet. We didn't have these things where you could just go online and go read Trans World or Thrasher. We had to go to the store and get the magazine, buy it, and then run home to read every single page. So I go to the store and I get the Thrasher, skateboarding, dirt bike, BMX Plus. Now you're like, oh my God, dude, this guy's my age. I love it. But in addition to the skateboarding, the BMX, I would buy the magazine Entrepreneur. It was in my stat. It wasn't Forbes. It wasn't Newsweek. It was nothing else. It wasn't Sports Illustrated. I didn't give a shit about sports, by the way. I cared about Entrepreneurs, the magazine, and then I cared about skateboarding and bass bike. And it was like, I'm sure that my parents at the point were like, why does he get Entrepreneur magazine? I would read all about it. And who was number one franchise? There was always franchises in that magazine because it was a sales magazine at the end of the day. They wanted you to buy franchises. So they were appealing to the entrepreneurial brain. Subway. So I knew everything about Subway growing up as a kid, that you could buy one and, run a business. So that's, I think, where I really figured out, hey, maybe I'm born to run a business. I love sales. I love making money. I get the value of it all. And then I love entrepreneurship. However, now let's fast forward. All these years of being in the banking world, in the lending world, I worked for big banks. Mm-hmm. I got paid a lot of money. I was comfortable. I was uncomfortable, but comfortable. I didn't start the real entrepreneur journey until maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I built my first software company. That's when I was like, I'm getting the itch. It's 2020. We were all working, and I'm like, I've got an idea. So I built R4 Method, and then it was reviews, referrals, rewards, retention, and I kind of bagged that, and I moved over to Blue Pages Pro, which was kind of like a Angie's Thumbtack modernized the type of a thing. And then I exited that, and then I went into Improveify, and that brought me up to today. But Randy, in the big sacrifice of getting the entrepreneurial itch to actually really go in and do it, here's where the turning point in my life happened. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
Go for it, brother. You're telling a great story. Let's go.
So I'm working for this bank. We'll just leave their name out of it. And I'm building this thing at night and on the weekends. And I'm spending all my personal money to build this thing and to get up to like 29,000 members. And I still can't figure out how to make it work and make money. But I had a passion for it. They said, hey, Chris, you got to make a decision. This thing's gotten too big. You can't do that. And you can't be the senior vice president here. One of them's got to go. And I was making over $350,000 a year at the bank. I was comfortable. I was good at what I did. I did all the trainings for Owens Corning, Lennox, Renai, Home Depot, Beacon at the time. I really was digging in and doing a really good job. So I left it all. I left the comfort of the retirement job at $350,000 a year, feet up on the desk, work, but not, you're comfortable, you're safe, you're in your safe zone. And I told my wife, I said, we're doing this. But at the time in Florida, we had, $20,000 a month was our bills. And I said, I'm leaving it. She goes, okay. My wife supported me 100%. She goes, let's get a home equity as our safety net. Let's go all in on this thing and let's go make it work. I left the banking world for the very uncomfortable word. I went to zero. Yeah. I built the company. I built Improveify at this point with zero capital, no investors, no angel investors, no capital, no
funding. Everybody wants these funding rounds.
I did no rounds of nothing, man. I just did it with grit and an idea.
Oh, that bootstrap, my man.
We flip-flopped it, man, because I was down in Florida in shorts and flip-flops. And we dug into the home equity line maybe once to pay our bills, figured out how to turn a profit in like 90 days and just build it slowly from there. I know that was a long answer for one question, but that's where we kind of came into Improveify, was taking a big risk. Yeah. I mean, huge risk, and going to zero, starting from an idea and then building what we are today up.
And I love that. And again, this is a show about that.
Yeah.
It's about entrepreneurship. And at the end of the day, my takeaway from that whole story is two things. One, you bet on yourself. Okay. Number two, you believed in it. You believed in your vision, and you had a passion for it. Right. And we talked about that. Like, if you're not passionate about what you do, it's very, very difficult to find explosive and high level of success. And at the end of the day, a lot of people can start businesses and they can be successful. Yeah, man, I talk to so many owners or quote unquote entrepreneurs that start a business and find themselves just working a job that they just happen to not have to report to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just like they buy themselves or they create themselves a crappy job with a lot of stress and, financial challenges and whatever else happens with, all the challenges that come if you lack that passion and that purpose driven side of you to really dive into what you're doing and understanding the why behind it. Man, it's challenging to be successful.
I think it's more enjoyable too. Like if you love what you do and you're passionate about it, it's a little bit easier to get up in the morning and come and sit at this desk.
100%.
And like getting on a phone call, celebrating the success, 2 stories. Celebrating the success of our clients. By the way, we call our clients, our contractors are our clients, because I learned that from Jay Abraham a long time ago, that you, Randy, are not a commodity to me, which is what I saw in the lending. And then we can maybe talk about why Improveify and why we're here and what we do differently. But you are not a commodity. You are an actual human being, and you have a bunch of human beings that work with you and your team, and you guys solve a whole bunch of problems out there. So we wanted to call our contractors clients, because we're partners in your business for your success. So we love celebrating our clients' success. After they become a client, we love seeing their stories online and how they helped out Mrs. Jones because she had no money for the deductible. Like, we love seeing and hearing those stories and helping people. Number 2, we love the culture that we've created at our company, because we love celebrating the fact that our teammates love working. And I'll tell another quick story. Were we in Napa? My wife and I, we actually built a company that we can go on vacation for 7 days, and the company didn't burn down.
What a concept, right?
Whoa, that's
amazing.
What I knew.
I love
that's
that.
what I knew, by the way, that we actually built a real company. We went away, we came back, and sales still happened, and people were still happy. They didn't all leave us. So my executive assistant, Katie, she's a younger girl down in Tampa, sent an email to me. It was either last weekend or the weekend before, just thanking me for hiring her. I was like, what the hell? You're welcome. No, it was a picture of her Doberman swimming in the Gulf of Mexico with dolphins. Now, Katie's 88 pounds soaking wet, 21, 22, little blonde. She got this big Doberman, bigger than her. And she just was like, thank you so much for hiring me. I have the ability to hang out with my dog. My dog's swimming in the ocean right now with dolphins. I enjoy my Saturdays and Sundays. Thank you so much for bringing me on this team. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, we haven't just impacted our clients and their homeowners' lives. We're now impacting our teammates that we hire's lives. Dude, Randy, I got all of my emotions on, it went deeper. And that is when you're not just an entrepreneur that followed their passion and built something that's profitable and helps people. Now I'm affecting our teammates' lives because they like showing up and they like working here because we created this culture. And then you're like, oh my God, I did that too. I'm getting all these epiphanies this year of, I didn't do that. Our team did it. They're like, one guy was like, oh, you bought your entire company Beats headphones because you hit a goal this month? Yeah, you're a great boss is what he said. Dude, I'm not a boss. I work for them. I come in here every day and I work for them, but I work for them every day so they can come back here and have a great job and like what they do.
I love that, man. I got lucky in learning that same lesson early on. Well, I wouldn't say early on. I made a lot of mistakes leading up to that because I was operating from a place of ego and a place of trying to show off and be, whatever it was that was driving me to kind of this chip on my shoulder that, I'll prove you wrong, and then when I realized that, no, it's not about me and what I can accomplish. It's about how can I empower others to live a better quality of life and grow and do amazing things and help them achieve great things.
So cool.
It was a massive shift in my mindset that has led to just such an incredible journey of growth and success, and 2 businesses, dozens of employees and dozens of people that work with me. And it's incredible when you hear those stories of, the thank you I love working here. I get to take vacations. I get to buy a new car. I get to buy a new house. My life is improved because of the career and because of the job that you created with this business. That's where it's at. It's not about adding commas and zeros. It's about how can I create a quality of life that's better for those around me? Right. And then you apply that to your client base and your consumer base. At the Academy, we have members. We have this thing internally. It's like the TRA family, the hashtag TRA family. Like, we are all a family. Like, I get to connect and run mastermind groups and we do one-on-one coaching and all the things where we're connecting with these entrepreneurs and bringing them together. And it's just amazing when you see, these success stories. And it's not just cool, I added another zero, or I actually run my business by the numbers. I know my numbers. I know my profitability. That's kind of what we were talking about before. But at the end of the day, it's like my quality of life has improved.
Yeah, it is.
I can take a vacation. I can afford the vacation.
Yeah.
My business doesn't burn down when I'm gone, right? That's where it's at. That's where I absolutely love. And what we're talking about here is the passion you have to have as a leader in order to charismatic passion. You have to have that. You have to find that in order to really reach your potential and empower others' lives.
It bleeds out.
I believe that's where it's at, man.
The energy and the passion. When I do 3 live trainings a week for our clients. And one guy just shows up because I uplift him. He's like, dude, your energy is contagious. And that's why I come here to these trainings every week. I'm like, sometimes I just need a boost. So I pop in for 10 minutes just to hear you yelling at us. And he goes, it lifts me up. So your passion for your business also bleeds into your customers. Yeah. They know that when you're in sales, and if you show up like this, you kind of just don't like your job, you're not going to sell, and you're not going to sell well. They may need it. They may buy from you. However, you're going to leave your customers feeling kind of, But if you show up with your peacock feathers out and you're confident and you smile and you're educated and you teach them and you care about them more than making the sale, you'll just simply sell more because they know that you care about them more than making the sale. Yep. And I always say from the stage, the person that cares about the homeowner the most wins, whether they close the job or lose the job. Because at the end of the day, if you in sales show up, do it properly, empathetically, ethically, full disclosure, do your job professionally, whether they say yes to you or no, you win. Some other guy might come in, be cheaper and whatever. They might buy. They didn't win. They bought something cheaper. That customer may say no because they don't need it right now. But they'll remember you because people do business with they know, like, trust, but more importantly, remember that you were the person that showed up and did all those 5 things differently. You may be the person that gets 6 referrals from that person that didn't buy from you because of the way you showed up. So if you care more about your homeowners and you care about making the sale, you will always win. You will never lose.
Some might call it just a job, but they don't feel the weight of it. Rain, snow, heat, aching bones, and late for dinner again. But you keep climbing because families count on you. Homes stand because of you. And that's why we built Peak Performance, the playbook for progress. Real numbers, real insights from real contractors like you. Scan the code. It's completely free because it's more than just a job.
Absolutely. And what we're talking about here is from the customer's perspective, right? They are not going to remember all the facts. They're not going to remember the bells and whistles. They're not going to remember all the things you told them. What they are going to remember is how you made them feel.
Yeah, man. Amen.
That's the key.
It is.
How do you make them feel after the sale? If they make them feel appreciated, heard, understood, boom, now you can improve your sales. Like so many people want the easy button when it comes to sales. It just, what do I say? What's the talk track? I love that. Don't you love that word? Give me the talk track for this sale. Like, just be real and be genuine and actually give a shit about your customer.
I love it.
Genuine empathy and curiosity.
I'm making a training right now, man. How do you make them feel?
How do you make them feel? That's the next level of sales. So let's go into that, my man. And we're going to talk a little bit more about like Improveify. Okay. But how do you sell more, right? How do we leverage financing? Give me some tips, some tricks. You know, we just premised this whole process really, really well, right? Now you have the right tool to be able to get them over the hump to pay more money. You did a great job, give them all the facts, but you made them feel great. Yeah. You're more expensive, but how do we fill that in? Financing. Give me some tips and tricks on how to sell more deals using financing.
Cool. Let's establish one thing first that we all can agree on where we're going to go with it. When somebody needs something, it comes down to price. Fair?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, and I'll even go one step further. My neighbor has a Lambo, and it's $250,000. That's the value of it. I like a truck. I've got a big F-350. I'm not a Lambo guy. This guy needs money. He comes to me, says, "Hey, Chris, look, man, I'm in dire needs right now. I got this $250,000 Lambo. I'm going to sell it to you. I'm going to give it to you for $100,000. And I go, well, I don't really like Lambos, but hey, I know the value of it. I'm going to pull out a home equity. I'm going to buy it for 100. I'm going to resell it for 225. So I made $125, 125,000. I didn't want it, but he gave me the right price. So I bought it.
Yep.
Fair? Okay, good. He comes to me, says, Chris, I really need money. I owe the tax guy. It's worth 250. I can sell it to you for 235. Chris doesn't take out 235,000 and buy it because the price wasn't right compared to the value of what I would buy. So we're in agreement that things come down to price, whether you want them or not. I didn't want it, but I bought it at 125 and resold it and made some money on it. Or I bought it at 125 and kept it because it was worth 250. And I'm not even a Lambo guy. But because the second scenario was it didn't work because the price wasn't right. Good? Fair?
Yep, fair.
So how do we sell more financing at the point of sale without hurting people's feelings, without being salesy, without being pushy, with just being completely authentic and empathetic? Here's the best way we can frame it up. Elite Roofing and Solar Consumer Credit Center. I work for you. I go into the customer's home. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, look, I'm going to get up on the roof. I'm going to take a look. We're going to see what's going on. I'm going to get some information. We're going to come down. I'm going to go over the report. You're going to decide if you want to work with me. Fair? Yes. Good. They're already saying yes. That was my micro yes. I already got them to say yes to something. Sweet.
Yep.
We're on a roll. Listen, while I'm up on the roof, I'm going to set my information down where we can sit. Would the island be a good place, or is the kitchen table better for you too? I'm nodding my head and they're going, oh gosh, I got another yes. Good. They said the island. Fantastic. I'm just going to set my stuff down. So I set down my Consumer Credit Center laminate that has my logo on it and my name that says, we have a Consumer Credit Center, loan experts help you with their needs. And maybe on this side, this says 18 months, same as cash, no interest, 100% financing. Maybe on this side, it says low monthly options, 2 to 20 years. Soft credit pull, 100% financing, no prepayment, scan. So while I'm up on the roof, taking pictures, doing what I do, gathering information, they may be down at the kitchen table going, hey, honey, Mary, yeah, Bob, come on over here. These guys have something pretty unique, something different that we haven't seen from the other 3 guys that we got bids from. They have their own consumer credit center. Those other 3 companies didn't even have a financing solution or a payment solution or a consumer credit center. This is pretty interesting. When Chris comes down, let's ask him what the hell all this stuff means. So now this is my silent sales assistant that I brought to the point of sale selling for me while I'm up on the roof. So I come down and I got my report and my camera and we're ready to do the presentation. And Bob and Mary go, hey, before you get into this, tell us about this consumer credit center that you guys have, because that's pretty interesting. We didn't even know that we could finance our deductible, our repair, our replacement, ACV, RCV, supplement, XYZ. Doesn't matter what it is, by the way. I don't care what they finance. It doesn't matter if they finance or not. I don't care if they hand me an insurance endorsement. I don't care. Just letting them know that we have a consumer credit center that helps them with affordability. Oh, hey, thanks for asking. Yeah, we've actually got a summer promo. Now I'm establishing urgency in a really kind of cool way. It's called our Flex Pay program. Look, some of our clients, now I'm establishing that we've done this before, lean into and find more interesting the 18-month same as cash. Those loans that you get at Mayors that you can buy a watch and pay for over a period of time and not have any interest. Oh, yeah, we know those. We've heard of those. Or some of our clients, here's the other side of Flipcoin, prefer long-term low monthly payment options that fit within their budgetary needs. Now, look, I don't know how you're looking to pay. This is key. Listen up. Mr. Smith, I don't know how you're looking to pay. If you'd like to use your money or use ours, but we're here to help with affordability. That scenario and that script can close 85% of your jobs. I don't really care how you're looking to pay me, as long as you pay me. Mr. Smith, you can use your money or the insurance endorsement, or mom's Bitcoin or whatever, horse and carriage. I don't care how you pay me. Or you can use our money from our consumer credit center. We're just here to help you with affordability. I've taken the price. Now we're going to go back to price. The price tag of $25,000 for the replacement or the upgraded roof outside of the scope off the table. Because now I've given them an affordable way to say yes to me without being scared of the price tag. So if the price tag is 25, all they're staring at is a big number with a lot of zeros. But if the price is $180 a month or 18 months, same as cash, no interest, I've reduced 25 to 180 or 18 months, no interest. I've taken the big number off the table. I don't care how they pay, as long as they pay me. That is probably the most friendly way to introduce it. Now, there's other different ways that we train our clients over here at Improveify and how to present the financing solution. We have a mobile app. So sometimes we get the customers involved on the computer, our iPad or the phone, and say, geez, man, I was up there and man, we're looking at about a $10,000 repair. You know, some of our clients like to use our long-term monthly payment options, 10 grand on that. You know, it's about 99 bucks a month, or you can pay me 10 grand. There's really, Randy, at the end of the day, what we sell, and I just got off the phone with an energy efficiency company out of Florida. We had the same conversation. I'm like, there's different buckets. There's a grudge purchase, there's want and need, and then there's ego. And I'm sure there's other buckets, but to me, there's only three. Grudge is, let's just say it is what it is the deductible, it's the insurance, it's the roof, it's the repair of that thing up on the top of the house that protects the whole home from falling over. It's the air conditioner that keeps the house cool or warm so we don't die. It's the generator. Like, it's not sexy. We're not going to have a generator house party. We're not going to have an air conditioning house party. We're not going to have a roof house party. And then we go over to the next bucket. So that was our grudge. They have to buy it. They have to repair it. They have to replace it. My insurance company sucks. That's a grudge. It's grudge. Our next bucket is want, need. My wife needs or wants a new kitchen, a new bathroom, a new floor. They want, need. Okay, cool. So we want, need it. The next is ego. Ego is fun to sell, by the way, because if we can tap into the ego of the wife or the husband, we've got the sale. Here's ego. And I'll just look at someone's house. Garage floor, that garage floor.
Oh, my garage looked better.
You got all those cabinets. So when you pull your truck or your Porsche in, you as a man come home to pride and you go, look at my garage, Bob. Yours sucks. Mine's beautiful, right? That's ego and proud. Another ego purchase is your deck, your outdoor living space, a hibachi grill, the waterfall into the pool, your hardscaping, right? That's ego. Like, look at me, right? You can have a party to come celebrate on the ego purchases and leave the garage door open to show off. You can have the want and need home party to go look at the new island in the floor, but you ain't ever having a house party up on the top of the roof to look how straight the lines are on the shingles. 3 buckets. Once you've tapped into the emotion of the grudge, want, need, or ego, positioning the affordability is part of the fun part. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because these are the crazy, weird things that a sales guy doesn't usually think about until it's introduced to him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to this, man. But really, that's how you introduce financing in a very comfortable way, so you're not hurting anyone's feelings. You're just letting them know that you've got financing if they need.
I love it. And the tools that you're showing, and for those of you who are just listening on the podcast, hey, make sure to go to YouTube, go to the Roofing Academy, and you'll see our full episodes of the show. Not only this one, but all the other shows that we've done. So go to YouTube, the Roofing Academy, and subscribe. But the tools that you're talking about, and the conversation, and it's really natural, but it does take a little practice. But at the end of the day, having this tool in your bucket, so many people are not using it at all, if not properly.
Yeah.
Imagine improving your closing ratio by like 10%.
It's crazy.
What if one more out of 10 opportunities you closed a deal because of this?
Yeah.
What would that do to your life? So let's say you're selling, you're doing 10 presentations a week, and you're closing 3 of those. What if you move that to 4? 20, that's a 25% increase in your income by asking if these questions about financing.
One more thing. We made a sale because of it. Here's something that we did discuss and what happens beautifully and naturally. When you're selling best, better, good, or good, better, best roofing system, by the way, it doesn't matter what direction, as long as you're giving more than one option. If the consumer from your mobile app tool that we give you applies, and they get pre-approved automatically up to $50,000, just pick a number, and they see the affordability that they're pre-approved, they typically will sell and buy more. They'll buy more at a higher price. So
now you sell upgrades.
Now you
sell the best version.
You've upgraded your roofing system, the gutter system, the hardy bore siding. You've improved the value of their home. And when you went there for a $15,000 sale, you walk out at $45,000 because they've increased the equity in their home, and because they had no idea that they are pre-approved at $50,000 of unsecured funds at the point of sale until you've ran them through the application. And that's the beauty. That's what you see in the air conditioning world, by the way, is they're out there selling different SEER and energy rating systems and warranty systems. That's why air conditioning has been doing this for years, way ahead of roofers, by the way, because they sell retail. Very rarely does a big piece of hail fall out of the sky and just demolish the air conditioner.
No.
Right. So in the
and good luck getting the insurance to pay for it when that happens too,
Right, like, oh man, we better roll that into something else because the deductible would be the cost of the replacement. Anyway, they sell energy efficiency and warranty and an air conditioning maintenance plan for the upgrades. And roofers, I'm training roofers now, and You don't have a roofing maintenance program? What's wrong with you? Well, wrap it into your good, better, best. Just make it $1,000 or $2,000. Just sell them something more, because you're talking $2 more a month. And if it's a roof maintenance program that you get to go out and visit them twice a year to say hi and take them brownies and get up on the roof to make sure that the Flex Seal is still stuck, or trim trees back, or clean a gutter out, it gets you in the neighborhood 2 more times a year so people see your truck. And then you drop your door hangers off at the 5 to the left and the 5 to the right and the 10 across. Now instead of visiting one home on the roof maintenance program, you visited 21 homes. We're in the neighborhood. We're taking care of the Joneses. They've got a roof maintenance program. We just go get up on the roof, make sure everything's looking good, trim the trees back a little bit, do what we do. But hey, if you're interested, scan the QR code and I'll come do the same thing and do a roof inspection for you. So instead of you actually going out to visit one home on your roof maintenance program twice a year, you get to go hit the houses next to say, hey, we're here. This is what we do for the Joneses. If you're interested, I'll hop up on the ladder right now. Let's see what's going on. There's just so much more you can do when you start adding on value stacks to your pricing model for best, better.
Absolutely. Well, and think about like the HVAC space, right? They always advertise the $29.99 whatever inspection
service plan.
You know, the super cheap. They just are getting in the house.
Yeah, that's
getting in the house, and then they're using these tools and these tactics.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, to leave out of there with a multi-$1,000 sale.
Yep.
You know, it's a loss leader, but you're using that as a marketing budget. You don't make money off that. It's when you're just giving yourself opportunities. You got to get in the door. You got to give yourself the opportunity.
They sell that in California. They call it shoulder season. When the temperatures get to 70, they don't need heat and they don't need cool. They go out and sell maintenance plans for HVAC, and it gets them in the house at $29.99 a month. And then now they're looking at the ductwork going, your ducts are broken. They're moldy. You're right at 8 SEER on a 15 SEER system. Like you're running at 50% efficiencies right now. And we know it's only 70 degrees, but we've got a special right now. Like air conditioning guys are really good at this. They've been doing this for so long.
Oh yeah.
So long.
Nevertheless, man, it's incredible value for those of you listening to this. Like these tools, the things we've been talking about in this show literally can change your life. Can change your sales team's life, can change your company's life, can increase your company incredible amounts. Yeah. Chris, what if I want to learn more, man? You're the president of Improveify, and you guys have made this whole process like crazy easy. You know, you scan and press like 4 buttons, and boom, now you're approved for a $50,000 deal. Like, how do we get a hold of you? If I want to learn more, what do we got to do?
Yeah, it's great. So we've built this company from 2 people to 23 in a year and a half. So we actually have real people here in the United States that work for our company. So I think the best thing to do would be to head over to improveify.com. And by the time that this episode is out, you're probably landing on our new website that's being developed in Denmark right now. So that's good. Welcome to our new website. Sweet. Probably a form or a button that says, hey, I'm interested in more information. Now, here's how we work with people, Randy. We don't offer a commodity. Our competitors do, and I've got nothing against anybody. I'll never talk poorly about whomever you're working with. I will, however, always express the difference in what we deliver. So we don't just enroll somebody and take their money and do that. We actually get on a call like this and we ask you questions. Are you focused on residential? Are you commercial? Because we do commercial lending too. Do you do retail? Are you restoration storm focused? How many salespeople do you have? What's your average ticket? Who are your OEM manufacturers that you're installing? What's your warranty? Like, we ask real good questions so we know how to frame up what your consumer credit center looks like. So we're going to actually learn about your business. And then we're going to introduce what we do. We call it the value stack selling system. We want to show you why we're different than other lenders out there. Or if you're using somebody now, you need to know, well, why would I add Improveify if I'm already with this person over here and life is just beautiful? You need to know what the difference is and what you might be missing out on. So then we go through a quick 30, 35, 45-minute call, and then you decide if you want to work with us or not. That's how we do it. So yeah, go on over to improveify.com and click on a button, and then the thing will come in there, and one of my consultants will do a call. So
awesome. And obviously there's a link below as well. So make sure to click that. That makes it nice and easy for you. Chris, it's been so good hanging out with you, man. And this is the part of the show as we're trying to land the plane here is where, I take a good experience, been a good conversation, good entrepreneur, and I put you on the spot, put you on the hot seat.
Fair enough.
Okay. The entrepreneurs are listening to this show. A lot of people are being inspired and want to learn, grow, and apply some of the things we learn.
Yeah.
However, you've been around the block a time or two.
Mm.
You've seen some success. You've seen some failures. What is your best piece of advice? Give me your golden nugget, my man.
Golden nugget, so simple, was building the right team with me and around me. When I started bringing people in, my life changed. When Tiffany when Tiff left nursing, which was our stable thing that we needed for survival, and said, I'm going to come and be your CFO. I knew it. I was like, okay. When we hired Donna and we brought her into sales, then I knew. Then we did our next sales hire. Then I knew. Then we brought the director of client success manager, and then I knew. Then we brought in more client success managers. Then I knew. The only reason why we can do what we do for our clients, which is you guys, is because we have such a powerful, amazing team. When I brought in an executive assistant to take my phone calls that you and I have not been interrupted on, by the way, my DMs, my LinkedIn, my emails, then I knew. Then I knew was when we brought the proper team together and culture together is when I knew we started building a real company. Surround yourself with the people that support you, that care about you, that do the work, that row the boat. As I said at Job Nimbus up on stage, get with people that are rowing the boat in the same direction. Sometimes they're not going to be as strong as the person in front of them. Like imagine the gladiators are going to war, they're going to go die. But we're all rowing in the same direction. And if you bring someone on your team that isn't culture or mission driven and value driven, and they're rowing against it, your boat turns and you don't get to the destination. Bring in a good team and get everybody rowing together. Some not as strong as others, but at least they're rowing in the same direction and the same cadence.
I love that, man. It's all about the people, all about the team.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Chris, my man, it's been awesome hanging out with you. For those of you who are joining us, thank you so much for taking the time to listen, to watch the show. And we appreciate you. Any comments, questions, feel free to leave a comment. We appreciate that. Ask questions. We'll be monitoring this. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with somebody that you think might get some value out of this conversation we've had as well. And take care, everybody. Have an awesome, awesome day. God bless.